No sé,
¿Te gusta la playa? ¿Te
sí,
llama
me
mucho
gusta la playa,
playa?
mucho, mucho, en la
O sea,
playa.
según unas vacaciones para ti, la
Ay,
playa te jala mucho más.
sí, qué rico.
No, y aparte que también veo que tienes un bronceado espectacular y bueno, ese bronceado hay que mantenerlo a punta de playa.
Muchas gracias.
Continuamos con la rubia.
¿Qué tipo de película te gusta ver?
¿Qué tipo de películas?
Románticas.
Las
Ay,
románticas.
sí, me encantan.
Yo creo que porque uno se imagina que así va a terminar la historia de
Ay,
uno. O sea, uno ve generalmente una película romántica tiene que ser con final
me
feliz.
encantan las románticas.
Entonces eres una mujer muy romántica, te
Sí,
gustan los detalles, un hombre especial, me imagino.
sí,
Las flores y los chocolates, ¿qué tal? ¿Te
sí,
gustan?
me encantan los caballeros.
Ahí vayan tomando tip, caballeras, para que sepan cómo conquistar a Linda.
Ay, ¿qué haces en tu tiempo libre? Pasear,
Ay,
ir a piscina, estar con mis perros.
¿cuántos perritos tienes?
Dos perritos, me encantan los perritos.
Y te pregunto, Linda, ¿tú tienes hijos?
Sí,
¿Y qué edad tienen tus hijos?
28 y 20 años.
Ah, bueno, es que ya también están hechos y derechos. Y
Ya,
bueno, ¿y por dónde también? Porque, Dios mío, esta mujer es espectacular.
muchas gracias.
Lina, y te pregunto, por ejemplo, si el día de mañana tú conocieras a ese caballero especial a través de la agencia, ¿estarías abierta a mudarte de país? ¿O esperarías tener una relación donde él viajara constantemente acá a Colombia, tú pudieras viajar desde el estado?
Me gustaría estar con mi esposo en todo momento. Si es posible viajar los dos juntos, estar los dos allá, acá, todo
O sea,
juntitos.
lo importante es estar con él,
Sí,
¿cierto?
sí, siempre con él.
Ay, me encanta eso.
Ajá.
Tina, y bueno, cuéntanos esas tres cualidades tuyas que resaltan en ti. Que, por ejemplo, cuando una persona te conoce, puede notar en ti en las tres cualidades especiales que tú tienes.
Sinceridad y lo honesta y leal.
La
Soy
lealtad
una mujer muy leal.
es muy importante. También, sobre todo, cuando uno quiere tener una relación, saber que esa persona, sin importar qué, siempre va a estar ahí para
Ajá,
uno.
sí.
From June 12th, you can spend 7, 10, or 14 days meeting amazing Colombian women who are truly looking for a serious relationship. If you want to be part of our Medellín tour this June, come meet real women and let us do the rest. Logistics, introduction, translation, and personalized matchmaking. Medellín, June 12th. Book now.
So, hello, everybody. Good evening. It's Wednesday evening again. I'm Maria. I'm your host for tonight, and welcome to our live webcast about dating in Latin America. So, this is about when you are interested in meeting somebody in the different Latin American countries, especially Colombia. But we also have obviously some feedback, help, and answers to your questions about all the other Latin American countries. It's about dating and dating tips and yeah, how can we can help you. I cannot talk. How we can help you to maybe meet the love of your life. So what's going on tonight? Let me tell you what we have prepared for tonight. So as you already saw, we have our upcoming Medellin tour. So you saw our promo video. So I hope you get excited. That tour starts in a month. So we still have spots left in case you would like to join us. We're going to talk about our Cartagena tour, which we just finished. We have a tour testimonial prepared from our client Gary, who just joined the Cartagena tour. I was so excited this week. We got great news. We had quite in general. I haven't talked about it, but we have quite a few new couples, and we have one of our not so new couple. They're together for a long time, but they just got engaged, and I'm very excited about that engagement from Eric and from Angelica from Medellin. And Eric tried last week in this live webcast to let me know through the comments that they got engaged. But guys, you can ask me questions here. You can send your live questions in, but I cannot see the comments you're writing on the right. So if you're writing a lot of comments with questions to me, I will not see that. You have to submit those questions into the webcast question link, I guess. And so So yeah, so make sure, so if you want to see that, I see the comments that you put them there. Very excited for Angelica and for Eric. It has been a long story and a very beautiful story. I hope at some point they might want to come live and maybe talk about it, or give us a little testimonial, but very excited. They're starting the visa process now, and yeah, hopefully they are going to get married soon. Once the visa is through and she can be in the US with him. But yeah, very, very excited for the two. And Eric was actually an Elite Club client and a tour client. So I will talk about that in a moment, but very excited about that. I didn't ask if we can show a photo, but we will get some more information from Eric and Angelica, I hope, in the future. It was, as I said, a very, very close story to our heart for all of us here. So yeah, as you know, as I already said, it's a live show, so ask the questions. We have also 3 interviews prepared from our women who are looking for a partner, a life companion, a husband. So we have 21, the ID number is, we have different ID numbers for the woman. So the ID number of Giselle, her name is Giselle from Cartagena, the ID number is 218449. Then we have Maribel and Viviana from Medellín. Maribel's ID number is 219225 and Viviana's ID number is 219512. I will also give you a couple of tips what to do, how to be successful on video calls, and why the video calls in general are a good idea prior to a meeting. That's why our Elite Club and Latin executive programs work very well, which I would really recommend you to look at and to join. It's our most successful service. We match a lot of men and women through that service, and as you can heard, Eric as well. Eric is kind of a mix between a tour and the Elite Club success, I would say. So yeah, as I said, I would love to have a little bit more background story soon. So yeah, guys, let's get started. Please send your messages and questions, and I always love to hear from you and not sitting alone in front of this Zoom call and just talking to myself. So if you send a couple of questions, I'm excited, or just a greeting, very excited to answer that. So yeah, we just finished our Cartagena tour. And Cartagena, as you know, is one of my favorite cities in Colombia, and it has been a beautiful tour. It has been a very successful tour as well. We have the first couples. As I said, we have little testimonies for you prepared just in a second. And it was very beautiful, and Cartagena is worth a visit all year long. And on the tours, obviously, it's a special time, but even if you do not come on a tour, you can visit Cartagena and our office and meet somebody all year long, and it's a very great city. So Cartagena is dear to my heart, and I would really recommend you going on the next social, which will be in August. Let me give you the exact dates for the Cartagena one, and then also for Medellín and Barranquilla, that will be our next ones. Why? What are the tours? The tours are single group tours where you can meet like-minded singles and who are serious about marriage, long-term relationships. And we make mixers, and in those mixers you can meet, and we arrange introduction and dates for you. We reserve the hotel, the airport pickup, everything to help you to get safely into the country, and accompanied by us, our translators, our staff, our drivers. And we help you to get oriented here in the country. There are really great people here, and if you would like maybe to meet somebody for serious reasons, then our group tours are a good idea, and obviously the executives or Elite Club programs. So if you have any questions, you see my email there as well, so you can reach out. The next one for Cartagena is August 14th. So exactly 3 months from now. So it's a good sign, good date. As I said, Cartagena, amazing. August is a great time. It doesn't rain a lot. It's beautiful. It can be sometimes a little bit cloudy, so you don't always have the straight sun. So it's a little bit cloudy, and yeah, it's very nice. Cartagena is always nice, and so good time to travel to Cartagena. And also, we have the next tour is Medellín, as I already mentioned, on June 12th. So that is in a month. So we still have spots left, and I would recommend you to sign up for that one. Medellín is always a blast. And then one of my favorite tours, as you always know, is Barranquilla, which is in July 10th. So Medellín, June, July, Barranquilla, August, Cartagena. So every month a different city. So if you are undecided, which city would be a good one for you, send a message or ask a question here in the webcast. You can also go on the website, for example, medellindating.com, and you can look or colombianmatch.com, and then you can look on the new profiles on the women from the different cities, and then you can say, okay, I like her and I like her and I like her, and then you can see if you, for example, selected, I don't know, 20, 30 women, you can see, okay, 20 are in Medellin and 5 are in Barranquilla, then you should probably go to Medellin instead of Barranquilla, right? You can see where you have more matches. So I would recommend you doing that and get a glimpse of who is in the database and who you would like to meet. Let me see if you said something to me. Maybe somebody said already hi. Let me see. Where's my, there we go. It just got, yeah, there we go. Some of you are already asking questions. I like that. Ethan. Bunit, hello Bunit, hello, good afternoon Maria. If someone wants to meet a woman from a city without an office, how does that work? Do we talk to the staff from the closest office? Bunit, yes and no. Yes and no. It depends a little bit if the woman is from a different city. It is often the closest office, but sometimes can be a different office. So I would recommend you maybe talking to me, and then I direct you to the right person. But for example, if it's somebody in Santa Marta, yeah, for example, you could direct yourself to the Barranquilla office, because most of the profiles from Santa Marta are in the Barranquilla office database. If you're more in the Bogota area, most profiles might be in Medellin, but as I said, send me a message to me and then I help you to get oriented, which is the person who's going to take care of that. Often also, yeah, depends where the city is, depends which office manager does it. So sometimes it changes. So just let me know and then we can help you. But yeah, we have maybe not an office there, but anyway, we arranged the meeting. We help you with the setup of the introduction and the place. If you need a reservation of the restaurant, everything will be the same. She will sign your IMBRA form as usual. So we just have to see which is the person who's going to be responsible for you. So that's the only thing. And I recommend you, why not looking to other cities where we don't have an office? We have great women in Bogota, great women in Santa Marta, in the little towns around Medellin, La Ceja, different parts of Antioquia. So maybe just have a look on the different areas. I think that's a good idea, because the women do not get that much attention. And they are really appreciative if you pay attention to them, because most of the women do get more attention in the cities where the offices are, because obviously you guys often go more there where the offices are. Ethan is asking, are some men more successful in different Colombian cities than in the others? More successful in different Colombian cities than the others? Yes, yes. So for example, if you are African American, for you, you're going to be more successful at the Colombian coast, Barranquilla, Santa Marta, Cartagena. But why? Because in Medellin, there is not really African American. So the women are more used to date what they're used to, which is more Caucasian. And why at the coast, you have an influence from everything. So for example, if you are African American, if you are from the Oriental part, like Lebanon or the Arabic countries, you know, Barranquilla is a really great city for you. Santa Marta as well, because there was a lot of influence from that. Germans, for example, there are a lot of Germans in Barranquilla. If you're Jewish, you might be more successful in Barranquilla and in Medellin. So yes, there are different cities where, depending what ethnicity or what skin color or what religion, you might have it more easier, more successful. Yes. But in general, the women are open. So it doesn't mean if you're African American, it doesn't mean you cannot go to Medellin and you will not get dates. You will definitely get dates, but you will get more at the coast probably. So yeah. So and if you go not into the two big cities or in cities like Santa Marta or Barranquilla, the women are not as spoiled yet in the dating as in other cities. So depending what you're looking for, yes, there might be cities that are better for you than others. But in general, I think it is just worth it to go and to try and to go to different parts of Colombia, because it's really beautiful. the people are different in different parts. It's not that it's a completely different thing, but there are differences. And I think it's just very great to explore that, you know, like be curious about the country where you're just wanting maybe to meet somebody and see where's the best fit, you know? Okay, so let's see. Let's maybe start with the interview. I have prepared for you the testimonial of Gary, our client from the Cartagena tour. So let's go with that. And I also have the next interviews, but I come back for you with the second, give you some feedback of the questions you're asking, and then I show you the next interview. So we go with Gary, testimonial from Cartagena tour just this month.
Hello guys. Today we are here in Cartagena with Gary, a gentleman from the tour April 2025 in Cartagena. How are you today, Gary?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Okay, we are so happy that you are here in the city. After the tour, tell me, what do you feel?
Great experience. I met someone. At the social, though, it was very interesting because you get to meet people and all these different ladies, but when you get to take them and have them on a personal date, you learn more about them, and that is how I ended up in my relationship with someone that we clicked. I mean, we understand each other, even without words, we understand each other, and we went with an interpreter first couple days. Mm-hmm. Now we are using translators, but to be honest with you, half the time we don't even use a translator. We understand each other enough
in another language. That's right.
I can't express how happy I am. It's excited because to let you know, it's years I've waited to find someone like that I could click with, someone that understands me and I understand them. That is something unique. And to think of it, I found her here in Cartagena.
That's nice. That I like it to hear that, Gary, because you know this is the first thing that we expect, that the client finds someone special, and here in Cartagena. So that's very amazing. So in general, what do you think about the city, about Cartagena, about the girls in general, about the culture here?
I love the culture, very friendly at the restaurants. When we went to the Central, one of the tours, we went to the island as well. And
how was the experience in the island?
It was good. It gave us a great opportunity to get to know each other without any hustle and bustle of the city. It was quiet. It was very, how you say it, very deep emotion, mm-hmm. because it connected.
You feel
deep connection.
To be more close.
Yes.
Right.
And all I can say is I'm very grateful, and I'm thankful because found someone finally that I connect with. And even though I came a long ways, it was very much worth it.
Oh, that's very nice. That's very nice. Thank you for choosing Cartagena to find this special lady for you. So, what can you say all the gentlemen that is watching this video right now?
Don't always look at a profile, because the profile is only a smidge of who they are. You need to experience it by meeting them in person, because not until then do you actually get to know the lady, and at that point, that's when you know when you click.
That's right. That's right. So do you recommend to come to Cartagena?
Yes, especially if you want someone who's friendly, loving, and someone who's very compassionate. I have found someone, and she is amazing.
Oh, thank you, Gary. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Guys, I'm happy to be back with you. So I hope you enjoyed that testimonial, and I hope it helps you maybe to make that decision to take that step and travel to a different country. And even if you just go on a vacation, if you just, I mean, obviously you're going to meet people, but if you just go with the mindset, I'm going on a vacation and I'm going to have a great time, believe me, you're going to have a great time, you're going to meet nice people, and who knows, maybe you're going to meet the love of your life. So you never know. And we have seen it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again that it does work. And so maybe you, you have that motivation and maybe say, okay, let me try something new. I haven't tried it. Why not try something new? The life is too short to just do always the same things. So yeah, hopefully that helps. And I have the question here also, why is it good reason? Why should I sign up for a tour? So the tours are, I think I mentioned that, a great place to meet like-minded singles, right? You're meeting on a very organized spot, in a very organized way, and in a very safe way, a lot of people from a different country without having the quantity of people you're meeting. So you might go, I think my internet connection was a little bit unstable. So I would just repeat that. So the tours are a place where you go very safely, organized, and where you have the opportunity to meet like-minded single people who are looking for the same, like a long-term relationship, marriage, in a very safe, organized way, without having to worry really too much. And you're meeting the quantity of people, single people, that you wouldn't meet in any other format, I think. So you have unlimited introductions included in the whole week. So if you see somebody you like and you say, oh, I would love to have a coffee with her, no problem. You don't have to pay anything extra. That is already included in your package, right? You have like a tour package. In that tour package, you have included the hotel, the airport transport from the airport pickup from the airport, the hotel for 6 nights or 9 nights or 13 nights, depending how long you sign up for the tour. We have those 3 options. You have unlimited introductions in that week. You have the city tour included. You have 2 mixers, 2 social events included, where you meet probably around 60 to 100 women per night. So every night, 60 to 100 new ones. And so it's very difficult not to make friends, not to make connections, and not maybe falling in love and not finding somebody you may click with, because it's just so many. And I'm not saying you always have to meet hundreds of people to know who you like, but it is good to meet some people to understand the culture, understand yourself, know what you're looking for, and make different connections, because you never know when a connection will work out. So we have seen it as well, especially, it can start with something, then 2 people might have a connection, but it doesn't really go through this time, and then you see each other again a couple of months or years later, and then it works. So it is, you never know when you're going to meet the right person and how and where, right? But our mixers do give you a very good opportunity, because just there are so numerous amount of women, and the quote, let's say the odds for you are much better than for her, because there are like 6 women per man. So it is a different dating environment, and you have really good opportunity to do that. So really, really, it's a great way to meet people. It's a very safe way to meet people. It's a very, as I said, like hand holding. I'm not saying we're holding your hand in all the time, but we are there, right? We help you. Our staff, the office, everything, everybody's there. You don't have a language problem, because there are translators in the mixes. You have that included. So there are lots of good reasons. You learn about the culture, especially if you haven't like traveled a lot. Like, I do an orientation meeting with you guys. We do a group phone call before you go. You get an agenda. Like, it's very organized. That's why I'm saying, like, you don't have to worry. So the tours are a great opportunity, and that's why it's a good reason to sign up for a tour. On the AFA tour, EC is saying, I prefer dates with the ladies without a translator. There may be the language barrier. There may be the language barrier or language challenges. There language challenges, but there is Google Translate. It worked on my prior Ukraine AFA tour. Would that be accepted on the Colombian tours? Yes, of course, EC. You don't have to use a translator, and some men also speak the language. So if you're comfortable using the phone and she's comfortable using the Google Translate, and there are also these earplugs you can put in your ear, and then if she talks and you talk, like it's the other way around, it translates directly in your ear. So that is also a possibility. So it's not necessary that you use a physical human translator. So that's obviously, it's something we have in case you need it, but you don't have to use it, right? But on the socials, you have it included. Like on the socials, you have an assistant that goes with you, a wing woman that goes from you from table to table, helps you taking the notes and helps you with the translation. So, but the rest of the week, obviously, if you don't want to use a translator, that's totally up to you. What is a good age gap in Colombia for a person 70 years old? Are there many age appropriate women at the socials? Bob, that is a good question. So yes, there are, because we also ask you guys always for a list of invites. So not every country does that, but we do that most of the time. So when you can send me that list, I will usually invite the women, we will invite them for you. So we try to have at least 8, 9 women that match your criteria on that social, probably more. Say, be it the age or be it what you're looking for. And so send that list and then we can invite them. And if some of them cannot come, then we invite somebody similar, right? So if you're looking for somebody who's 50, for example, and that woman you had on the list, she's 50 without children, just saying something, she cannot come, then I look for somebody similar 50 without children to replace that, right? So that you have women that do match your criteria. Often we're not entitled to the time and if she really shows up. In Latin America, this is it is what it is. It is a lucky game sometimes who's showing up and who's not. And believe me, we reconfirm the woman at least 5 times. Like we call them weeks and weeks and weeks prior, and we call and we call and we call and we write and we text and we confirm and we reconfirm, and are you sure, and will you come, and what you wear, and la la la. So do that with 200 women or 300 women. It's a lot of preparation. So yeah, but in the end, if she does come or if she doesn't, that's totally up to her. Most women will come because obviously they like the socials. Lots of them will say yes, they come, and then sometimes last minute something comes up. Maybe she might not have money for the taxi to get from where she is to the social, because usually the socials are in the areas where you guys are, but that's not usually the area where they live. So a taxi for them can sometimes be for them a little bit expensive, and sometimes they cannot make it to the social. Maybe the child got sick, whatever. So sometimes they cannot make it. Sorry, I just had to drink a little bit of water here. Sometimes they cannot make it on time, or they cannot make it, but then we can always ask her for an individual introduction. So a woman that doesn't show up on the social, we can always say, hey, why don't you go out on Sunday and meet him for lunch, you know? So that is not a problem. So yeah, there are women that are appropriate in age, and we do it based on what you're looking for. And a good appropriate age difference is usually, we say 10 to 15 years. So for example, if you're 70, then probably 55 would be a good age gap that would still work without problem, right? 55, 60. You can go a little bit younger, up to maybe 20 years if you want to, 50 and 70, but you have to see if that will work out and if you get maybe problems, and if the women are open as well. So I would stick in that 10, 15, 18 year range, and I think that is appropriate, and the woman will be open with that. Obviously that depends on you as well, like how fit you are, how you look, what you want, what the matches are, right? So how energetic you maybe are as well. Why do I say that? Because Colombian women often are very open to age difference, but they do want a man who is going out and is social and does things and take them to restaurants and is active, and that doesn't matter what age you are. If you're 70, 60, 50, 40 or 30, Colombian and Latin women in general like to have fun. And I'm not saying go out and party every day, but they just like to see things. They like to be social with other people. They like to go in a restaurant, watch people, get an ice cream, go shopping, like do those interaction with other people. So that's just something to keep in mind. Okay. Okay, so let me see where we are at in my plan. My plan is to show you. Did we show you the interviews of Maribel and Giselle already? We did, no? No, we did Cartagena. client. I'm confused now here. So then if we didn't, then let's show the interviews of Maribel and Giselle. Maribel's ID. So two women, one from Medellín, one from Cartagena. Her ID is 219225. And Giselle is 218449. Giselle Cartagena, Maribel from Medellín.
AFA interviews.
Hola, mi nombre es Maribel. Tengo 42 años, soy del Valle del Cauca, pero vivo acá en Medellín hace más de 20 años. Tengo 2 hijos, 2 hombrecitos. Me gusta patinar, me gusta hacer deporte, soy asesora de ventas.
What are you looking for in the agency?
Buscando un hombre maravilloso, detallista, especial, comprometido, que le guste la familia, que le guste la estabilidad,
What attracts you in a man?
el respeto, el buen trato, que sea especial.
How would you describe yourself?
Una mujer con valores, comprometida, responsable, amorosa, de temperamento sereno y que no me guardo nada.
What do you have to offer in a relationship?
Que tengo buenos valores, soy responsable y cuando estoy con un hombre es con él y ya. No me gusta pues estar picando acá y picando allá, no me gusta.
How do you show love?
Interés, comprometida, honesta y estando siempre ahí. Estar presente, estar siempre ahí, en las buenas, en las malas.
Do you like to cook? What is your favorite food?
Sí, me encanta. Me gusta hacer tortas, me gusta la comida de mar.
What do you expect from a partner?
Que sea una persona muy especial, que sea honesta, que sea comprometida, que sea leal,
Are you dominant or submissive?
dominante.
Where would you like to travel with your partner?
Ay, conocer París. Ese es uno de mis anhelos.
How to make you fall in love?
Como me conquistan, detalles, el respeto, el compromiso, la danza, que se le dan ganas. No, bienvenidos. Somos mujeres valiosas, guerreras, comprometidas. Cuando vengan a Colombia, estoy disponible para que una cita, para conocernos.
Hola, buenas noches chicos, estamos en nuestro evento el día de hoy en la ciudad de Cartagena con Giselle. Ella es 218449. ¿Cómo te encuentras el día de hoy, Giselle? ¿Sí? ¿Es tu primer evento con la agencia?
Sí, señora.
¿Cómo la has pasado hasta el momento? Cuéntanos.
Sí, tranquila.
¿Sí? ¿Qué piensas de pronto, qué expectativas tienes de la noche de hoy?
Productiva.
Ah, una noche productiva.
Competitiva.
Ah, competitiva. No, no sientas eso. Mira, una mujer tan espectacular como tú. Cuéntanos, Gisela, ¿a qué te dedicas?
Soy maestra de profesión, también soy estilista graduada en Argentina.
Ok.
Y tengo una peluquería y un
Qué
barcito
bueno.
aparte.
Ok, una mujer emprendedora. Podríamos decir emprendedora y empoderada. Cuéntanos, ¿tienes hijos, Giselle?
Sí, tengo una niña de 25 años.
Una niña de 25 años. Wow, pero tú pareces que tuvieras 30. Te ves espectacular, la verdad.
Defecto cuna.
¿Qué te gusta hacer en tu tiempo libre?
Voy donde mi mamá,
Ok,
me voy donde mis hermanos, mi madrastra que me quiere mucho.
ok.
O salgo con mi hija a hacer cosas.
O sea, ¿te gusta la vida familiar? Sí. Ah, eso me parece una cosa bonita, ¿cierto? Sí.
Disfruto mucho.
¿Haces ejercicios?
Era fitness hasta hace 2 años.
Pero igual yo te veo espectacular.
Me cuido. Sí,
Eso está perfecto.
pero sí me gusta el gimnasio mucho.
Sí, ¿qué tienes tú para ofrecerle a un hombre, Giselle?
Mi corazón.
Tu corazón. ¿Qué esperas de esa persona especial para ti?
Que me respete y me ame muchísimo.
Me encanta tu respuesta. Vamos a tomar una de aquí, una al azar, y vamos a ver qué sale y pues nos regalas la respuesta. Dice, ¿te gustan los animales?
Sí, pero no puedo.
¿Por qué? ¿Eres alérgica a alguno?
Sí, al gato.
A los gatos.
Tengo
Bueno, pero de
rinitis
pronto...
crónica por los químicos.
Ajá, ok. Pero de pronto perro, no sé, un lorito,
Me gusta.
una palomita.
Hasta una hormiga. Sí,
¿Te gusta el baile, la música?
me gusta bailar.
Pero tú eres costeña, eres de aquí de Cartagena. ¿Sabes en inglés? ¿Quieres aprender?
Estoy aprendiendo inglés. I am learning.
Wow, she's nice. That's very good. Dinos, ¿cómo sería tu cita ideal?
Con mucha paz.
¿Con mucha paz? De pronto alguien que te lleve hacia la montaña, te haga, no sé, un picnic.
Ay, que me lleva a la luna y me vuelvo mi mamá.
¿A la luna?
Y me bajo.
Ok.
No tengo
Me
un
encanta.
sitio ideal, pero sí me gustaría conocer a alguien que de pronto me mire a los ojos.
Eso dice mucho, es una buena señal.
Que me mire mucho a los ojos.
Y te deje
Puedo
saber.
estar sentada, no digo en un andén.
Así es. Ay, eres tan linda. Eres muy tierna. Invita a esos caballeros que te están viendo a que te van a conocer aquí a Cartagena. ¿Qué tiene Giselle para ellos?
Lo único que tengo que ofrecerles hasta el momento de mí es mi corazón.
Me parece genial. Vengan a conocer a Giselle. Ella está esperando por ti. Despídete.
Chao, gracias.
So, hello. I hope you enjoyed those 2 interviews. In case you would like to get in touch with the woman, there are different ways how you can do that. So obviously you can meet them in person. And that for a lot of you will be, yeah, great, but how do I know how she is? I mean, you did see an interview of her now, but you could do a video call with her and you could also send her a letter. So there are different ways how you can communicate with them through our website. So the video call is, we're going to talk about the video calls in this show, because I have like 5 tips for you prepared, like what you should do and why a video call is a good idea. And I think Eric just got a comment in, and I think that is a very valid comment, is if you have video calls with a woman before the dates, they are more likely to show up. So doesn't matter if you do it for the social, if you do it for individual introductions, it's a good idea to write a letter, do a video call, and then meet in person. Because you can obviously introduce yourself. You can also know if you like her, if she likes you, if there's already a certain chemistry. And then obviously you have to at some point meet and travel and meet, because obviously a video call can give you a good impression, but you do have to have that in-person meeting, of course. That's in my opinion, there's no way around that. But if you do those video calls prior, and so for example, you want to meet 2 women, would like to meet them on the social, then organize 2-3 calls with us so we can set them up for you. They have a translator, you have a translator included in these calls, and then we can set them up for you and you can talk to the woman, and then she will be more committed to coming to the social because she already knows there is a man interested. Because you also have to keep in mind that for the woman, for you, the odds are great, but for the women are not that great. So not every woman wants to sit on a table with 5 or 6 other women, just talk to only one man. So we have to keep that in mind too. But if you do a video call with her, if you show your interest and she knows that she's already basically, she gets somebody who's interested in her and she can meet you there in person, that makes you much more successful, like it's going to show much more commitment, and she's going to feel much more assured that it's worth her time, her energy, her money to get to the social, because she has to get dressed up, she has to get a nice dress, a nice hair, a nice makeup, and the taxi. So that are 4 things. She has to get from work, she has to get home quickly, she has to shower, get ready, which takes time. It is an effort for the woman to get to the socials. You always maybe estimate that, but the women do a lot to be there. And it's very nice to be appreciative and respectful for every woman who makes it and who shows up. So just to keep that in mind. But yeah, so doing video calls is a very great idea. And in general, video calls are a great idea. Why? Because as I said, like on a video call, you get that nearly one-on-one feeling. It's like nearly, I mean, you have a translator obviously with you, but it's like nearly like if you would be sitting on a date. It's like really you would be drinking a coffee, together. And so that is, you can hear her voice, you can see her, You can look at her eyes and smile. You know, it's not just a letter where you write words back and forth, which is also nice because you can explain lots of things in a letter too. But when you really talk to each other, you know, you feel much more things, and you feel awkwardness, or you feel funny, or you feel, you know, like shy. And that's nice, you know, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It's just about two people getting to know each other, and especially from two different cultures, it's not easy. So have a little bit patience with yourself and a video call, and but it's a really good idea. And if you do more video calls, you can build up a great connection. Our elite club program, our executive program, our most premium programs are based a lot on video calls. We do that for a lot of weeks. You get that supervised by me and the team. Furthermore, you do weekly Zoom calls with me. And so we discuss your dating process, the strategy, the dates, who yes, who no, who gives a good impression, what do we recommend, the suggestions. We send you suggested profiles we recommend. We hand look them through, ask them through, look and look for you, like, and search for you. So it's a very intense program. The elite program is 3 months. The executive program is 6 months, up to 6 months. The executive program is usually for a region. So, for example, if you say Latin America, then you have in that program included different countries. So it's like the bigger package, let's say. The elite club is the smaller package just for Colombia. So that is basically a little bit the same, but in just Colombian profiles. And if you say, I want Colombia, Costa Rica, Mexico, and Argentina, for example, then it makes sense to do the executive, the bigger one, the Latin American one. And then you get more time, more video hours, more correspondence credit, because obviously you have more profiles we have to work through, right? More countries we have to work through. And it's a very amazing program because you're going to meet different people from different parts of the country or of the different countries. You make connections with different women. You build up friendships with different people. You will not feel alone. Like, it's a very beautiful process to connect out of your home and make friends and learn about different cultures and people. And as I said, women who match what you are looking for. If you're looking for somebody who moves out of the country, moves to your country, if you want to meet somebody who wants children, if you're looking for somebody who is Christian, if you look for somebody who has a visa, if you look for somebody who speaks English, we all put these criteria together and then search for you exactly based on that criteria. So you don't have to do that much. And we also help you to go through the dating jungle, because there are some women that play games. There are some women, most of them are very nice and serious, but there are some women who play games. There are some women that are just trying to get something else maybe out of it. And so with this program, you were very well accompanied and also not say protected, but yeah, you have a lot of eyes and ears who look with you through everything and who will accompany you. You have translation time included in the country. So when you are here, you have up to 8 hours translation included every day when you are here. You get basically as many introductions as you want. It's not about really having that many introductions, because after we work through 3 months of video calls and reviewing profiles, we have vetted out quite a few. And that's the other trick. Like, you don't have to meet so many. We vetted everybody out, and you really just meet the ones you really build up a connection. So it's a very, very different program than the tour. I'm not saying the tour is better, the other one is better. I'm saying it's a little bit more successful because we work more one-on-one with you for a longer time, while the tour is a short amount of time and it's a group experience, right? So it's a little bit different from the way how the concept is of the whole thing, but both of them are great. And I personally love working with the Elite Club in the executive client program. We have right now a lot. I'm super excited because we have great clients, and we are with half of them we're ending, with the other half we're in the middle, and with the other half, and that doesn't work, but 30%, let's say. So one is traveling this week, the other one is traveling in 2 weeks, the other one just starts next week with the video calls, the other one just finished, the other one just came back. So there's a lot of movement right now with our executives and elite club clients, which is amazing, because it's very, as I said, it's like the most one-on-one, the most premium, the most successful. And yeah, beautiful process, I think. So, and that includes a lot of the video calls. You have 20 hours of video calls included and 30 hours in the executive. So that gives you a lot of calls, a lot of forms of connection. You have a huge credit included, which I will supervise and help you with everything correspondence wise, if it's right, if it's wrong, what not, what yes. And so it's very, as I said, very hand-on, very nice. So if you have questions about that service, the video calls, then make a note here in my email, info@facolombia@gmail.com. You can also reach our Phoenix office in 602-553-8178, and extension 2018 should land with me. But you can also write an email and then send me your phone number, and then we can get in touch. If you have any questions regarding the tours, the elite program, the executive program, I'm very happy to tell you a little bit more about it. So how to be successful on a video call, that is maybe next. So how to be successful on a video lightning, right? Your internet connection. So it's good to have a good internet connection. Talking about good internet connection, mine is unstable right now. I love that. It just came the sign. You have to need a good internet connection, then the sign. You have your internet connection is not stable. So Mr. Starlink, what's going on here? It should be stable. So yeah, try to get a good internet connection, but still, I mean, obviously it is what it is. Technology can sometimes have the glitches and it can sometimes not work. Patience is another thing which helps you to be successful, not only on a video call, in general in dating, and especially in a different culture. Patience, 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 patience. I'm really not a patient person. I'm still not, but I have learned to be a little bit more patient and to be a little bit more flexible. So that are just two things, being flexible and being patient, because on the video calls, the women come late too. They are not coming as late. Thank God we haven't had that kind of lateness that we have sometimes on the meetings in the office. You know, in the office, sometimes it takes 15 minutes. That would be great, 30 minutes or more. We have sometimes up to 1.5 hours, 2 hours of waiting time for the man, for the woman. So that makes you guys crazy, and I know that. So on the video calls, thank God we don't have that, but sometimes we do have that as well, you know. So some patients like, oh, the traffic, I'm just coming home from work, give me a moment, or Zoom doesn't work, or the internet connection is not good. So that can happen. So flexibility, patience, then we reschedule again, we reprogram everything again, and then we're going to try again. So if she's late, give it a couple of minutes. The translator will wait with you, and we try to get her as soon as possible on the call. But things can come up, life can come up, and in Latin America, everything is very flexible. Everything can change, so every day. So so yeah, keeping that in mind, being flexible, having a good connection, having a good sound. I would recommend you invest in a HD webcam that you can just order on Amazon or anywhere. Like for $40-50, you get good ultra HD 4K whatever webcams. You just plug it in your USB thing, and then you have a good help with that camera. You can get those light bulbs. If you put in Amazon, YouTube, light bulbs or something like that, or video recording light bulbs, they come up. In my background here, have like 2 lamps behind the computer that light up my face, as you can see. My background is pretty dark right now. Obviously at daytime that looks different. But yeah, it's good for the video calls because you might do them in the evening, that you have good lighting, because if you're dark, I mean, it's still not too bad, but you see that there's a difference if I don't have light here, or if I have light right in my face, right? So it's different. So a good lighting, a good sound, stable internet connection, clear background. Don't have an unorganized background, you know, a dirty kitchen. Oh, that was an animal on my camera, a dirty kitchen or something in the background that doesn't look good. Like, don't have a pile of clothes behind you, you know, those things. And just dress up a little bit, you know, put a nice shirt on, clean shirt, like clean your hair, your beard, you know, dress it short, be organized, have clean nails. Even for a video call is a date. So you treat it like a date. And you will see sometimes the women, they also, when they are at home, it's not that they're wearing super makeup like if they would go in a club or if they go on a wedding or they go in a restaurant. So obviously it's a little bit more relaxed because you're doing it from home, but still you want to do a very good impression. So good camera, good light is usually the trick. And then prepare with a couple of questions, because usually they will expect that the man asks the question. So if you don't have anything prepared and you don't know what to ask, there might be this awkward silence. So it's always good to ask about hobbies, family, light things, you know, like easy stuff, what she likes to do, what makes her happy, the family, the children, the dogs, the pets, the weather, the travels, the countries she would like to go to, the work, the daily life, how she has been, how her family, her mom has been. So all those things you can talk about in the first call, and then prepare for the second and third call if there was a connection. And be not afraid to smile, to have a good time, to make a joke, to start ask question. It is just, you know, it has to, like, you have to make it happen a little bit as well, because some people are shy, and if you are shy, you have a translator who helps you, and you can tell that to the translator and tell her to help you a little bit, yeah, and she will help you break the ice in the beginning. But video calls are a great way. I would really recommend you doing video calls with the woman. If you saw an interview of the woman today, why not asking for a video call, introduce yourself in a letter, and then ask to make a call. Most of them are very open to do so. So it's a good way. You can order it right through the website if you want. You can place the order for the video call, and then we get in touch with the woman and ask her if she's interested, and then you can do the call. Okay? So really recommend you that, and really recommend it is if you do it in the elite club or in the executive service. Okay? As I said, that takes a little bit time, but you want to be serious about it, right? And you want to, or if you're serious about it, it takes a little bit of time. Do you recommend the tours for the single introduction for someone 70 years old? Also, which town in Colombia do you recommend for older women? Bob, I think the tours can be a good way to meet, because you're meeting quite a few women in an evening, and sometimes the age difference is not a problem when you are person in person and you feel the chemistry, you know, and you feel the energy. And if you're an energetic man and you, or even not, but you have the help of the environment and the translator, I do think the socials can be a good spot for you. I do also think that the individual introductions can be good for you because you get a little bit more help. But what you need for the individual introductions, I would recommend you really professional photo shooting. Like get a suit, a really nice dress shirt, dress up, get a professional photographer and take some good photos, so that we present you in the best way possible if we do the individual introductions, because the photos are everything. While on a social, the photos are not everything, because on a social, it's you sitting there talking, laughing, interacting. So it's a different thing. She's not just looking at the picture. So you will probably get more matches maybe on a social with having bad pictures. But having back pictures and going on individual introductions is not good. So if you have really good pictures, and you don't have to be a supermodel, don't get me wrong, you don't have to be a beautiful man, just have to be nice, dressed up and well presented with a good lighting, good background, a good smile, and elegant. I would really dress up like if you would go to a wedding, you know, like really good professional photos, and then you also be doing well on the introductions, on the one-on-one introductions. But I do think a social can be also work for you. We have sometimes men in their 70s. I think the upcoming Argentina office is exciting, Daniel. Yes, I think so too. And Argentina is a very beautiful place to travel. And Buenos Aires is an amazing city to travel to. So if you haven't been there, I would definitely recommend you doing that. It's very beautiful. How do you recommend to find the Arabic decent Latinas? Basically in Barranquilla, Bunit, to go to Barranquilla. I mean, you've just been there. To go back to Barranquilla, yeah, there you have the Arabic decent Latinas. You remember Shakira? Shakira, her, you know, have, I think, Lebanese, if I'm not wrong. I might be wrong, but Lebanese background. And they are from Barranquilla. So they're port cities. I mean, Cartagena has it too, but I think Barranquilla is more, you have more chances there. Atlanta lost my bags on the way to Bogota. Same thing happened to my friend weeks prior. So I would skip that connection if you can get away with it. Atlanta on the way to Bogota. Okay, Hunit, that's a pity to hear. I hope you got it back. Maybe it was just unlucky for for American Airlines. But yeah, Atlanta, I'm sorry. Okay. Atlanta lost my bags on the way to Bogota. Yeah, so then have skipped that connection. But what was the airline? Atlanta Airlines? Is there Atlanta Airlines? No. I know just American Airlines. But yeah, or yeah, let me know. I didn't understand, but yeah, that's what the luggage is unfortunate. I hope you can get that or could get that back. And yeah, so thank you for the tip. Jay is saying my favorite spot in Barranquilla was Le Meridien Mall. They had plenty of nice restaurants. Yeah, that is a mall which are only restaurants. So basically, yeah, mall with different restaurants. That's very nice. So that's good. Thank you for Jay. How have you been? Good to hear from you. I hope everything is well. You can use AI now to fix up your pics. I haven't tried, probably won't, but I see the advertisements all the time. It will fix the lighting, put you in a suit, etc. Yeah, music, I agree, and I don't know. I mean, you do see it kind of. If you use kind of that enhancement, I mean, you know, a photographer who takes pictures also edits the photos, right? So let's just be honest. AI edits and the photographer edits. But when the photographer edits, there's a certain limit, you know, like he will not probably overdo it. With AI, sometimes you really see it as AI and it doesn't look real. And sometimes it even looks sometimes a little bit creepy. It doesn't matter if it's man or woman. For me, it's sometimes just too perfect. So I don't think it has to be perfection. I think it just has to be very well presented. But you can try. What I always usually do is send me the pictures. But I think obviously with AI, you do sometimes change so much, you know, the face changes so much. I mean, if it's just a suit, you know, but everything changes so much that you don't even look like the person you are. So I would be careful because then the contrast is too big. You know, you can be looking super beautiful on a picture and then you meet a person. It's like, who is that man, you know? And the other way around, the same. So being a little bit careful with AI. So to not really overdo it because everything gets very artificial now in these times. I can't wait to go to the Barranquilla tour for the Carnival. Talbin is back in the house. Hi, how are you, Talbin? Good to read from you. Hopefully soon a tour in one city and a club in another will give us a good idea what we're really looking for. Yeah, so definitely Barranquilla in February is a spectacle. So prepare yourself for next Barranquilla tour next year around the carnival time. We usually do it a week or two prior to the carnival, so you can stay longer then and then enjoy the carnival. And there are also some parades prior to that, so you will love it. You will love it. So I think Talbin, you were saying something. Don't make her feel special from day one. Some Latinas like to chase and make her work to get you to see what she can do for you as well. So yeah, you do have to be a gentleman, I would say. It's good to be a gentleman. It's good to be attentive. It's good to be respectful. But you don't have to do everything she tells you to do, right? You don't have to go in a mall and buy her everything. If she wants to get massages, maybe that's where you're referring to, Dalbin, and an expensive spa treatment. You don't have to, especially if it's the first date. Like, don't do too many things just like in the beginning just to spoil her and to seduce her. I mean, obviously invite her, be a gentleman, very nice, open the door, bring her a little gift, you know, tell her nice words, like do those things, but you don't have to go on a weekend trip to Miami and buy her an iPhone on the first date. Yeah, and first date. So be careful, obviously, with that. Yes, I do understand. I do think you shouldn't overdo it with the spoiling. Do make her feel special, but don't make it like, don't overdo it. Okay. Let me see if we have, I think we have one more interview prepared and then we get to the end of the show. We have the last questions from you guys and then I'm excited. I hope you're going to come to Medellín tour next month, June 12th. I think June 12th is starting. So sign up for that tour. Medellin is exciting city. Very nice. The paisas are very nice people. It's just a very, warm and very place of a lot of quality, how you say it, like quality of people. So I really hope that you would go there. And if you cannot make it to Medellin, try with Barranquilla in July. July is always a great month in Barranquilla too. And the same is in August. So we're getting into the high season now. So it's going to be good because we're going to get bigger tours, and very excited about that. So let's show you the interview from Bibiana from Medellin. Her ID is 2195 12 2195 12 2195 12, and then I'll be back with the last questions, guys.
AFA interviews.
Hola, mi nombre es Viviana, soy enfermera auxiliar, vivo en Medellín, tengo 41 años. Me gusta leer, escuchar música, ver series, leer sobre otras culturas de diferentes países.
What are you looking for in the agency?
Bueno, estoy buscando una persona respetuosa, amable, cariñoso. Pues creo que ya a mis 41 ya pasé mucho tiempo sola. Quiero encontrar a alguien para terminar el resto del día.
What attracts you in a man?
Bueno, pues el físico importa, pero creo que siento que es más importante su personalidad, que sea respetuoso, amable, que tenga como mucho sentido humano. Eso me atrae mucho, que se preocupe por las demás personas.
What is your age limit for a gentleman?
Bueno, pues la verdad siempre me han gustado personas mayores que yo, entonces estaría bien de unos 40, 50 años, estaría bien para mí, 52, 50, no tengo problema.
How would you describe yourself?
Bueno, soy una persona muy tierna, muy femenina, me gusta mucho que me traten con respeto, soy muy respetuosa además, y tengo pues mucha calidad humana, o sea, me interesan mucho las demás personas, sus pensamientos y eso. De hecho, creo que por eso mi profesión.
What do you expect from a partner?
Bueno, quiero una persona fiel, comprometida, que sepa lo que quiere, que sea su momento de tener una relación estable, algo a futuro. No quiero pues más relaciones cortas, ni conocernos amigos, no. Quiero a alguien para, como lo dije, para terminar el resto de años que me quedan de vida con esa persona.
How to make you fall in love?
Bueno, me gustan los detalles, como toda mujer, flores, chocolates, me gusta que me traten bien, pienso que las expresiones son súper importantes, la forma en que se dirigen a mí, en que me hablan. No me gustan los hombres groseros o que utilizan palabras pues como soeces o cosas así. Me gusta alguien amable, respetuoso, tierno.
Do you like to cook? What is your favorite food?
Sí, me gusta mucho cocinar, sé preparar pasta, pollo, esa es mi comida favorita, las pastas.
Would you be willing to have children?
Bueno, pues por mi edad creo que es un poquito difícil, pero no imposible porque pues soy enfermera y estoy en el gremio de la salud y sé que es posible tener un hijo, sí me gustaría tener un hijo. Bueno, muchas gracias, espero pues que las personas que estén viendo este video y están interesadas me pueden escribir, no tengo ningún problema. Bye.
Hello again. I hope you liked that interview with Bibiana. Let me repeat her ID number. 2195 12 one more time. And so yeah, I hope you enjoyed the show tonight, guys. Let me see if you have any other questions that I maybe haven't replied yet to. And then I'm looking forward to see you soon here in beautiful Colombia or in any of the other beautiful countries we are in. And don't hesitate. And I know that lots of you are, everybody I'm always talking about is like, oh, Colombia, and it's so dangerous, and and it's really not. I mean, obviously there are places where it is. Yeah, let's not. I don't want to lie to you because that's not. But there are so many places that are really not dangerous, that are very well taken care of. There's a lot of safety, a lot of the tourist areas. You know, there's a lot of police. And if you're with us and we help you, you always accompanied, you have to use maybe a little bit of common sense too. Obviously, if you might go alone party out at 4 a.m. in a nightclub out of the tourist areas, then that might not be a good idea. But if you do what we tell you, which is go there, this is a good place, why don't you go together? Why don't you take her? Why don't you take the translator that can help you? So you're always in a group environment, you're always accompanied, everybody. Like what Colombians really do is they really take care of their people. They really take care of the foreigners. They really take care of the people visiting the country because they are tired of that. They want to show you it's the contrary. They want to show you that they are taking care of you and everything is good here. And you will always find help if you need it. Like Colombians are some of the most friendly people on the planet. So yeah, don't hesitate. It's really, really, really nice. Bunit, that is so really nice of you. Thank you for that comment. Bunit was saying, I had been on 2 dates in my life prior to AFA. I learned so much about dating and got my confidence thanks to the social events. Yes, Bunit, I agree. Like building up the confidence and really learning about dating, learning about yourself, especially when you're shy, when you're young. Bunit is very young and shy. So obviously it's sometimes not that easy, and when you are thrown in that mixer and that social event, you're going to get like, I'm not saying not getting extroverted, but you get the help to get more social and like to really open up more and be more yourself and like not be afraid of those kind of situations, So I'm very excited for you about that, and I hope you come back. And I do think that Barranquilla is a good place for you. And maybe you haven't just been the right woman this time. So I'm really excited that you're such a fan and that has been going so well for you, meeting women here in Colombia. Let me see if there's anything. You got to make sure you ask her date or whoever you're dating how she will live in your country, as what she's expecting, what she's really looking for. There's no expectation, but isn't what you are looking for. On the tour, you shouldn't commit. That's a huge mistake, and I can tell you after being on 3 tours. You really got to go back and see which of the women you met is going to respond to you and how, cause a lot might want something which you aren't ready to commit to her. Tybeen, thank you for your comment again. So it is always good to get to know the person you're dating a little bit more and more and more and more. And by getting to know each other is really about talking and communication and asking the right questions. And I do agree with you, Tybeen, it's good to know what is the expectation. What is your expectation? What is her expectation? If she comes, for example, from the countryside and lives in a little town of 300 people and loves that, then maybe a metropolitan city like Atlanta is not the place for her, and maybe there's something that's not clear before you're going to talk about those things. Or maybe she wants to live in a house and you want to live in an apartment, I don't know. So those things is good to know and and you want children and she doesn't, so those things you have to talk about before you really make that big move and stay together and make a visa together. And so, yeah. And also, I'm not saying you should not commit to somebody on the tour. There are cases where we have seen that a man who commits on a tour in early stages of the tour is successful. We have couples that are engaged that didn't and married and didn't meet. Like I have 3 in my mind, just right in my mind, that have not dated anybody else and met on the tour and are still together, still happily married, and they didn't date anybody else. So I would not agree 100% to say don't commit on the tour if there is really that special connection. But I do agree with you, Tybeen, when you commit too quickly and you leave all the others out, and then you think it's her and she's just playing a game, then you end up with nothing. And I've seen that over and over and over again as well. So I do agree, probably most of the times it's a good idea not to commit right on a tour and just give it time, because if it's the right person, she's going to be the right person anyway. But sometimes also if there's the right connection and the man really knows, then, often it does happen. So, and as I said, I have seen it a couple of times, So, but yeah, don't let yourself get manipulated in the game, in the play. And so give it time. Don't be too rushed too quickly with everything. Give it step by step, step by step. Yeah. And so that I think is a good advice. So let me see if anything else. I think no. I think I replied everything more or less, so that's good. Thank you guys for the ones who always join us. I'm appreciating every comment you're always doing. Thank you for Bunit. Thank you, Tyween. Thank you, Music, Eric, Jay. Thank you so much, and everybody else also who was watching tonight, the new ones. Excited always to be here, give you some updates about the Latin dating. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Hopefully maybe with our beautiful manager of Medellin office, Linda, and maybe also Maria Jose want to join. She's quite new, so I'm going to see if we get some of our stuff, maybe Medellin stuff, so that you can meet them and see who are the matchmakers that are going to help you on the Medellin tour. Remember to sign up for the tour. We still have spots left. It's in 1 month. In Medellin, you can fly directly from Miami in 3 hours to Medellin. It's very easy to get there. You can reserve your spot with 475 deposit, and then you can pay the rest. So go ahead and do that. If you have questions how to do that, get in touch with us. Thank you so much for joining tonight, and looking forward to see you in 2 weeks, everybody. Bye-bye.
From June 12th, you can spend 7, 10, or 14 days meeting amazing Colombian women who are truly looking for a serious relationship. If you want to be part of our Medellin tour this June, come meet real women and let us do the rest. Logistics, introduction, translation, and personalized matchmaking. Medellin, June 12th.